Do you have Byler doubt right after watching Volume 2 of Stranger Things? Are you a little suspicious? Are you really sure that Mike and Will aren't gonna get together? That Byler is gonna be endgame? Well, look no further. Let's be delusional. Yes, let's be delusional and crazy together. Hello, my name is Jazz Talks Byler, and I have reasons. I have reasons to think that Byler is gonna be endgame. And you might be like, Jazz, what do you mean? Why would Byler be endgame? Like, literally, we just had a scene where Will was like, Mike is my Tammy. And yeah, you can argue for that. You can say that Will did say Mike is his Tammy. But we've never had any proof that Mike is Will's Tammy. Like, Tammy and Mike are nothing alike. Mike literally has been, Will and Mike, they have been best friends for over a long time. They've been best friends for like ever since they were little. Like, I don't even know how many years it's been, but I know it's been like ever since they were in like kindergarten or something. And so I know that they have been best friends for a long time. And I really do think Byler's gonna happen because it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense for Will in the end just be like, oh, Mike, he was my Tammy. In the end, he was always my Tammy. But no, it's not gonna be like that. And we've had so many parallels between Mike and Vicky and Will and Robin that it's been crazy. And like, remember all those season 4 scenes? Remember all those season 4 scenes where we were speculating? We were like, oh my god, look at, like, this is literally a parallel between Mike and Elle and Vicky and her boyfriend. And that wouldn't be for nothing. I promise you that wouldn't be for nothing. We are gonna have scenes that are crucial to Byler in the last volume, and I am so sure of this. And a lot of people right now are pretty sure that we're getting queer baited and that this all along has been queer bait. And I honestly, I don't blame you. I don't blame anybody who has felt that this has been queer baiting, because along with you, I have felt that too. Like, right after I watched Volume 2, I remember I was just like, I was sobbing. I was literally like so sad because I was like, oh my god, like, literally, like, we're not gonna get Byler. We're not gonna get Byler. But now I am so sure of Byler. And, but yeah, I was just like, I was confused. I was confuzzled. And I was like, how could the Duffer brothers queerbait us? But I do not think they are queerbaiting us. We have had too many clues. We have had too many parallels. We have had too many scenes of Byler to make me feel like we are not gonna get them. Like, yeah, the Duffer brothers could have had chickened out in the end. They could have said, oh, like, oh, yeah, we're not gonna do Byler. We're not gonna do Byler because of the homophobes in our audience and we don't want to cater to them. Well, let me tell you something. This is a show for the nerds and freaks. We need to keep that in mind, okay? During this week leading up to the last volume, we need to keep that in mind. And either that, or they're literally like just assholes for doing that. And they might be. Everything I might be saying might be wrong. And I might be wrong for having Byler hope right now in the midst of everything going on. But I really do think it's gonna happen. And I do think we have a good chance of Byler happening. One thing that I felt like was odd when I was like trying to like think of it, I was like, okay, what could be a reason for Byler? Why was the speech framed the way it was? If you watched the speech and you were like me, I did not like the speech at first. I did not like Will's monologue, really, of him coming out to everybody, the whole entire group. It just felt weird. It felt weird, unnatural for Will's character to come out to the whole entire group, like literally everybody all at once. I still don't think that was the right move, and I don't think that it should have necessarily happened, and that he should have come out to, like, maybe like a smaller group, like, let's say like just his closest people, like Mike, Jonathan, Joyce, maybe the party at the very least. Like, literally, like, that's how much I think that he should have come out to. I was mad. I was so mad that they wrote Will the way they did, and they wrote his character why. And I have a theory that isn't necessarily like, it isn't like a like, oh, this is why they did it, this is why they did it, like this makes it right. This is more of like an explanation why I think they might have done it, even though I do think their writing choices were poor and bad, and that in the end I just hope it plays out okay. Anyway, why I believe that Will's his confession, his coming out scene might have been like to pave a way for Byler was because I was thinking earlier that we already know the whole entire team, the whole entire party is gonna be accepting of Will. That's something that we know is gonna happen. They wouldn't make any of the characters be homophobic, right? That's something that we know as the audience. So like, we don't need a whole entire coming out scene to everybody. That is something that does not need to happen, because we know that they're going to be accepting. And so we only need a few characters. We only needed a few characters for Will to come out to, right? Yeah, that's what we needed. But really, this paves a way to Byler, because Mike needed to see Will come out. Mike needed to see another queer person come out and tell his feelings to everybody. And Mike seeing people accept Will is gonna be so good for Mike's character. It's literally, Mike could have a realization. He could have a revelation in the last episode and be like, oh my god, I'm gay, I like men. Like literally, I'm being so serious. That we can finally see something from Mike's point of view in the last episode. We can finally see what he's thinking, if he really does like Will. And it can literally, like, Will's coming out could prompt Mike to come out to Will, or like to confess, or something to happen that would just pave a way to Byler. Like, I'm being so serious. Like I was just like wondering, why would they do it in front of all these people? But now we know that all these people accepted Will, and now Mike doesn't have to be afraid. Mike doesn't have to be afraid of his feelings for Will, because first of all, we know Will likes men. He knows Will likes men. Okay, he has that now. He knows that. And so he doesn't have to be afraid anymore. He doesn't have to like be afraid of his feelings. And like, that is so important, because in Will's coming out, he had Robin to come out to, and to be there for him, because he saw Robin and Vicky kissing. He saw that, and that was so important for Will's character. That helped him come out. To have Mike reciprocate without having like something to actually help him through his feelings, to have him reciprocate without having something to help him through his feelings would not be good for Mike's character, because we've never seen an inch, we've never seen a dose of what this man is feeling, and we need something. We've always needed something to prompt Mike's feelings for Will, to help him realize that it's okay to be gay. Like, honestly, we could have had like Vicky or Robin speak to Mike, but this is also a way for Mike to realize that he can love Will, that he can be gay, and that it's okay. And yeah, obviously, like I said, that Will had somebody to help him through coming out, and to help him, you know, he hasn't directly confessed to Mike yet, which I do think will happen, which I really hope does happen, because or like, also one of them might get back Ned. We don't know. Feelings might come arise, you know? And that is so important. That is literally like so important. And also something that also sticks out to me is that I don't think that the Duffer brothers would want their reputation to be ruined like it has. Like, listen, that might have happened. Literally, like, the Duffer brothers might have just paved this way for themselves. I don't know. They might have chickened out and not gone with Byler and ruin their reputation. But I don't think this is what's gonna happen. I do have hope, and I do have hope for Byler in the last episode. And I do think that there could be a Byler plot twist. And the Duffer brothers themselves have said many times that in order to do a good plot twist, you have to do it in a way that, like, the signs were always there, but it's not clear, but the signs were always there. And that might just happen in the last episode. And we know that that can happen for anything, and it can happen for anything in Stranger Things, you know? But I really do think it's gonna happen for Byler. And also some things that I feel like need to be cleared up before the show ends. Like, I don't think it makes sense for the painting never to be revealed. We know the painting has to be revealed. It's gonna come up in some way, shape, or form because it just is. Or unless the cast and the Duffers have been lying to us this whole entire time, which might be true. Yeah, that might be true. But the painting has a way of coming up again. And also, they filmed weeks before everybody else in the church. Noah and Finn, that's what they did. And so maybe, I don't know, maybe we'll get some church gate scenes. We don't know, but just that they filmed that weeks before everybody else, and we have never gotten a Will and Mike in the church scene, like, in the church yet. That is so important. Like, literally, internalized homophobia can arise, and that can literally, like, be prompting Mike or Will's emotions to each other, and, you know, a confession can happen, you know? Also, I don't know which Duffer has this, but one of the Duffers has a shared looks tattoo, and that is, like, so important, because when has Elle and Mike ever had a shared look? Like, girl, I've never seen them have a shared look. Do they even look at each other in the show? Like, bro, they don't even have shared looks. But you know what Byler has? Shared looks. In the end, I don't know if Byler's gonna be endgame. I do have Byler doubt. I don't know if all of this is just gonna be for nothing. I don't know. And I just recommend kind of like spacing out from Stranger Things from Byler until the finale. Like, I am just trying to, like, I'm not trying to think any negative thoughts. I'm just trying to, like, think the best thoughts about the finale until we actually get the finale. But yeah, I just, if we do end up getting queer baited, if this all has been queer bait, then I just want to say that literally, like, the Duffer Brothers suck. Oh my god, they suck. Like, bro, like, we deserve so much better as an audience. There's so many queer people in this audience. There's so many gay people that they need to see a queer ship be in mainstream media. And the fact that we have been having this teased for so long, that the Duffer Brothers, that the creators have been teasing this, and if we never get this, shame on them, because people need to see representation in media. Byler, for me, was never just about the ship. Byler, for me, was about representation, and the fact that I see myself in Will, and that if Byler happens, I see myself so much there, and it would just be so powerful for young queer people to see themselves in a queer character on a mainstream show. That is so important. And yeah, it's just, this might be queer bait, but in the end, I do think that we still have a chance of Byler happening, and I really hope it does. Anyways, see ya!